Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. This week's Tuesday template is going to be a super simple cut that you could replicate bunches of times if you wanted to make Christmas cards or a handful of birthday cards in different colors. It's one of those designs you could use if you wanted to do like a 5 cards, 1 sheet of paper kind of thing. Most likely you could get 4 cards out of 1 sheet of paper as far as your pattern paper, but either way. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is upload our image, and I'm going to browse to my image, and then it's a diagonal cut card template, and so it should look like this. And then I'm going to click over here to click upload, and then I'm going to click on the image that I just uploaded to get the green bounding box, and I'm going to add it to my canvas. Okay, so there's not much prep to do on this one unless you want to cut multiple cards right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is unlock it or ungroup it. Excuse me, because I do need to do my score lines, which are right here and right here. So I can also grab those over here in this layers panel, and I'm just going to do that. I clicked on the vertical one. I'm going to hold my shift key and hit the horizontal, and I know I've got them both, and that they're both actual score lines because they're red. And then I'm going to click my line operation or my cut operation and change it to score. So now when I click off of the image, you can see that they're score lines because of the dashes, and I'm going to select them one more time, as well as that base or the background that's my actual card base, and I'm going to attach those. Okay, so now that's the prep just to make the card one time. If you decide you want to make the card more than once, you can do this 2 different ways. You can either go make it and then just tell the machine that you want to do like five projects, and then click apply, and it'll group everything. See how it put the different hexagons over here? And then it did the same thing on this one, and there's only 2, but then it's got all the little banners. So it's going to save you paper by cutting everything. Like it kind of rearranges the design and finds the most efficient way to cut things. So you are going to end up using multiple papers just because this card takes up an 8.5 by 11. And they can't fit 2 of those obviously in a 12 by 12. But then when you get to your pattern paper, it's got all of your different angles here as well. I'm not sure why that one's got that fun box around it. Oh, just because it was selected. Excuse me. And then your hexagons, obviously, and then the rest of your little triangles. If you wanted to change the colors and do it like different pattern papers, like say you didn't have 3 sheets of this pattern paper, you could you can just change the color when you do your actual cutting, or you can go back over here, and this is where you kind of do it 2 different ways. You can just duplicate this whole thing, and say you're going to make, I don't know, 4 cards, and you're going to use 2 different pattern papers. So let's just select everything and hit copy and paste. Okay, so however you copy and paste the fastest, I just use the keystrokes. And then I'm going to do the same color base, but I want a different color pattern paper. So what I'm going to do is select these bright pink, because those are representing pattern papers, and I'm going to turn those ones to bright orange. Okay, now I'm going to click make it, and I'm going to tell it that I want to make 4. So it's going to cut, actually I'm going to make 2, because I'm going to make 2 of each thing, and we just duplicated it on our board also. So we have 2 sets of it already on our canvas. We're going to do it 2 times, which is going to give us 4 cards total. Okay, so then I'm just going to click, well, I didn't have to click make it because my cards, I'm going to cancel that. My machine's not connected right now. So then to preview it, I can look at my mats, and I've got, see, it's going to make the 2 out of white. So it's showing me there's going to be the 2 hexagons, the 1 card base, the second card base is out of white right here. And then my pattern papers for the 1 card and for the second card. And I'm still not mathing right. That's 2 cards. It's just 2 cards. That's okay. So, but it should have, oh, I didn't hit apply. That's why. I was like, I know I did that math right. Okay, so there's the first card base, second card base, my 4 hexagons, because they're all being cut out of the same base color cardstock. and then my pattern paper for 2 cards out of this pattern and 2 cards out of this pattern. Okay, so now it's correct. And then I could go ahead and hit continue and make 4 cards, and my Cricut will do all the cutting for me, and I just have to do the assembly. Fast, easy, quick. You can switch it up. You could do a Christmas off this one and a birthday off this one. However it works for you and your brain and the way that you want to set up your assembly line. So we're going to move over. I'm going to go ahead and cut mine out, and then I will show you how to assemble all this and how fast and easy it is, and you'll be off and running with your Christmas cards or birthday cards or greeting cards or whatever it is you want to use this template for. This example is going to be a Christmas card. All right, so I have all my pieces cut. I cut 1 card out of this Cartabella Santa's Workshop. It's an older, like 4 or 5 years older paper out of my stash, and I've got this whole page of matching stickers still, and I kind of want to use this Dear Santa Define Good. So that's going to be 1 card. I said I was only going to make 1, but it was so easy to cut that I decided to do 2. Then I have this Ho Ho Ho, and I don't know who made it. It didn't have any information on it at all. It's just the paper, and I really think it would be cute. There's this Ho 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 that already has the paper clip on it, but then there's this Fa La La. So I thought maybe Fa La La and Ho 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 would go cute together. So that's going to be card number 2, or 1, or whatever, the second card, another card. As far as sentiments, I'm going to use a sticker off this one on the inside, and then when I did the liquid glue review, I did a bunch of these with the different glues to see which one was the best, and I'm just going to probably use one of these littler ones that glued well. This one's kind of iffy, this one's garbage, and put one of these in there. So I think probably they both say the same thing. So it's just, do I want wide or do I want short? So we'll decide that. But these are out of the Card Maker's Christmas card quotes, and this is even older than the paper. This has been in my stash since, I can't even remember, probably like early 2000s, 2009-ish maybe. I don't know, somewhere back in there, back when we still had a scrapbook store available. That was a long time ago. So, okay. So the way that this card goes together, super simple, fast, and easy. That's the idea, so that you can just whip out a bunch of these and not get like sick of the process. You're going to fold, once you've got it cut out, you're going to fold this first flap in and the second flap down. Okay, and they should meet up and kind of cross over where this design is right here. Okay, I used a hexagon just because I think that's kind of a universal shape that you could use with a lot of things. We could do a circle too, maybe. If there's enough requests for it, I'll do another template with a circle in the center, or I'll do it for the next card. I wanted to do a few different templates and not like repeat the same kind of idea, but I'd be willing to repeat it for a circle. Or maybe like a rounded rectangle would be cute there too. The other thing is, you could always make another shape in Cricut Design Space and weld that over the top of this and turn it into whatever you want. That's your creative license there. Okay, so then you've got your pattern papers, and they should be just a little bit smaller than the size of your actual card, so that you should have like about 1/8 of an inch border on each side. And so I'm just going to run my adhesive along it. I can't really get in those corners very well, so I'm going to throw a few tabs there. And then line that up just so I've got a nice straight edge. It kind of went wonky down there in the corner. Hold on. This paper is kind of thin, so I'm not sure how much messing around and removing I can do there. Try that again. There we go. That's better. Okay, so I need to open that up again just so I can do this side. You can always flip it open and lay it flat too to do it. Whatever's more comfortable for you and helps you be more precise. Try to get some of those to the edges. And try opening it up too, just because I think having a flatter surface makes it a little easier to get things lined up and straight. Okay, so then that's the second piece. And the reason that there's another hexagon piece cut out of the same color is because that way you can line it up and you don't have to like guess where center is. Plus it gives you this outline in front of this pattern paper so that it just adds a little more depth and dimension, but really it's only 2 pieces of paper. So it's simple, quick, easy, but still pretty. Okay. I'll just run both of these while I'm at it. Okay, and put that lined up. Okay, and then the pattern paper, and I tried to design these so that when you cut it out, if you put your paper right side up, it should cut right side up. So like this one, I'm just flip that across the room. Ho, ho, ho. If it was upside down like this, it says, oh, with your exclamation point on the wrong side. So the idea is if you put your paper into your Cricut the correct way up, these will cut the correct way. So you shouldn't have to you won't mess up supplies or have to think about the orientation of that. Okay, so there's that. And while I'm here, I'm just going to run my adhesive on the back of these really quick. If you were stamping, you could just put this into your stamp platform now. Oops, I just glued that to the table. That was dumb. You can put this in your stamp platform and stamp your sentiment on it. I'm going to be using a sticker, so it doesn't matter. You don't have to put this in the inside either. Like I said, I'm going to use one of these for the inside of the other one. Actually, yeah, because this one has a sticker I wanted to use. So these are, stickers by Prima. And I could, with this pattern cut out a bunch of times, I could conceivably get, well, you could put the tree on there, you could put Santa on there, you could put joy, you could put a poinsettia, the ho ho ho, that Santa, a deer. So that's like 6 cards plus these little banner things for sentiment. So that's a lot of cards out of one sticker pack that doesn't take much effort at all. If I wanted to be super creative, I could trim the edges of this. I'm not too worried about it on this one because I'm trying to show you that you can just whip these out quick and easy. So there's the fa la la. Open it up and it's going to say Merry Christmas to you right there. And that card is done. Okay, and that was with me messing around and talking a little bit too. If you were just focused on this and whipping them out, you could be pretty quick. So there's that one. Let's move on to the next one. Here we go. Okay, so same idea. And I think just to see which one looks better in there. Kind of like that long and skinny. And I can use the banner maybe across or behind it. Let's see. Let's do some pre-planning before we get here. This one might be better that way. And then I'm not worried about the green. I might just do it that way. To the other side of that. Oh, even better. Okay, so that's going to be the inside of that one. And I'm not going to use this piece. I might as well just do this now while we're here. And before I accidentally glue it down to the table like I did before. Okay, same idea. Fold on the score line, side, and then top. And if it didn't have this part on there, it wouldn't matter. You could actually probably make it cute and do a tuck in on there too, but it's not going to stay. But if it didn't have that, it wouldn't matter which one you fold in first. But because we want this to be overlapping, it gets folded second. You almost need a piece of scratch paper behind this when you're gluing so that you're not sticking things to the table. And that way you can kind of run over and get the edges. It cleans up pretty easy though. It's not like liquid glue where you're chasing it around the table and trying to get it wiped off before you accidentally stick something in it. if you want to see why I chose this tape runner, there is a review video in my channel about the different types of tape runner and how I put them all kind of through a little test to see which one was going to work the best and was most comfortable and most reliable and all that fun stuff. And you can view that on my channel, and I'll link to it up above too if I remember when I'm editing. You could almost, I just want to see what it looks like, switch the pattern up on that one. I think I will, just because it's kind of fun. And you're not really going to see Santa behind the sentiment anyway. So that's the other thing. If you've got a really good pattern paper that has two different patterns on both sides that are great, you could cut it and mix and match that way too. So then I chose this Dear Santa to Find Good. And if I wanted to, I could also pop dot that, but we're doing this one fast. And that's that. That card's done too. So there you go. A quick template that you can use to make 5 or 10 quick cards. And then there will be another template for the exact same idea, but different design next Tuesday. So go ahead, leave me a comment, hit like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.